It's essentially a memoir that reads like a novel that basically is his account of growing up in Baltimore and coming to understand that there was another gentleman another young boy by the name of Wes Moore, who was growing up in Baltimore in the same period of time. They did not know each other. They were not related. They did not run in the same circles. They both had challenges relative to family life and that sort of thing. But Wes Moore, the author, ended up just doing some phenomenal things in terms of his military career and his writing career, his social entrepreneurship and foundations and different things he's been involved in, while the other Wes Moore ended up in a very vastly different situation. And the author, Wes Moore, acknowledges that his situation certainly could have easily gone the other way. The thing that impressed me most about the book, I'll make a couple of observations and then I'll read this to you. The thing that hooks me first and foremost is the nature of his relationship with his father. I'm an expert father. I've been at it for 18 years. That makes you an expert. If you've been at it for more or less years, you're still an expert. If you're at it for 2 years, you're an expert. And there aren't going to be too many things that men are going to do that will be more important than being a father. And so that aspect of this is the first major reason it hooks me, and I'll share a couple other observations a little later. As I start this excerpt, Wes Moore, the author, has just gotten in trouble for hitting his sister. So he's run to his room. He's awaiting the justice that's going to follow. And I'll give you some sense of that. It's not even justice. It's his relationship with his father. My parents finished their conversation. It was obvious that one of them was heading up to speak to me. I turned from the window and stood in the middle of the room, mentally running through my non-existent options for escape. Soon I could tell by the sound of the steps that it was my father. His walk was slower, heavier, more deliberate. My mother tended to race up the stairs in a sprint. He lightly knocked on the door and slowly turned the knob. The door opened slightly and he peeked in. His easy half smile, almost a look of innocent curiosity, assured me that, at least for now, the beating would wait. "Hey, main man, do you mind if I come in?" I'm told that he had many terms of endearment for me, but main man is the one that I remember. I didn't even look up, but nodded slowly. He had to duck to clear the low doorway. He picked me up, and as he sat on the bed, placed me on his lap. As I sat there, all of my anxiety released, I could not have felt safer, more secure. He began to explain what I did was wrong and why my mother was so angry. "Main man, you just can't hit people, and particularly women. You must befriend them and not fight them. Do you understand?" I nodded and then asked, "Is Mommy mad at me?" He's about somewhere between 3 and 4 years old this time. "No, Mommy loves you like I love you. She just wants you to do the right thing." My father and I sat talking for another 5 minutes before he led me downstairs to apologize to my sister and my mother. With each tiny step I took with him, my whole hand wrapped tighter around his middle finger. I tried to copy his walk, his expressions. I was his main man. He was my protector. That is one of only 2 memories I have of my father. The other was when I watched him die. This next